like the first episode slash introduction to something I'm going to try here, something a little different. As you may have seen, I did do a video on the D&D 5th edition starter set because I've been playing role-playing games and stuff since, oh, I don't know, mid 80s or before. So it's a big part of my life. It's a big, hobby I really enjoy. So I thought what would be kind of fun is to learn a system together, so to speak. There's a new game system I got. Actually, I got the book for Christmas, and I have to admit I was kind of lazy and haven't really read it much until recently. But I was thinking, while I was sitting there reading it, that it might be fun to do a series of videos and then just kind of go over the system as I'm learning it, kind of explain the system to you so you can have a chance to learn it. And just kind of throw it out there because, a lot of videos you see are reviews or gameplay things, or maybe like a brief 5-minute introduction to the game, or like a quick setup of its rules or something like that. So I thought what I would do would be to do a series of videos, and they may all be like 5 to 10 minute videos, perhaps. I haven't really decided on the format. This is just improvisational experimentation, so to speak. But I thought we would go pick the game. And then I would read, like a chapter or two about certain parts, like character creation, campaign creation, rules, that sort of thing, and then kind of go over each one a little in depth, and we'll just build some knowledge together on the system. So the system I'm doing here is a game system that seems very simple on the surface, but works in a way that no other game I own has worked really. I mean, it's a really unique way of looking at role playing. So, and I know there's a lot of videos and reviews of it on YouTube, but like I said, this is kind of a learn as you go video series. So I thought it'd be fun. And that system is the Fate Core system by Evil Hat Productions. Like I said, I got the book and I got some dice for it because it does use custom dice from on Christmas. And I've kind of been reading through the beginning part here and talking about characters and that sort of thing. So I think that's what I'm going to focus on. And then I think as a template, because the game system itself is universal, I think as a template, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just copy and paste a universe into it and use that as my reference. That way we can focus on the system and how we could use it to interpret a world, because Fate is a generic set of rules that can be used in any setting. And in theory, they mean any setting. Like two of the source books for Fate are what they call Fate Worlds, and it's like a book that has like maybe 6 or 8 different worlds where you can adventure in, kind of set up in it. I've seen online there's a group, I believe it's Tabletop Talk, and they use in their second season Fate Core to run a Cyberpunk 2020 game. And then, of course, I know it can work generic fantasy. There's Mindjammer, which is a way out there in the far future transhuman sci-fi epic role-playing game that uses it. The Dresden Files uses this system as their main rule. So, there you go. It's working. I've seen it work fantasy, dark future cyberpunk, far future transhuman experiences, magic and wizards, all over the place. So I think it'll be a good system to try out here, because the system on its surface seems very simplistic, yet seems to approaches things so differently that may be just my first impression. Maybe once I get into it, I might realize it's a little more in depth than that, but we'll see. So this world or universe that I'm going to use to illustrate the game and how it interprets things and that sort of thing is Star Wars. 90 some odd percent of the planet is well aware of Star Wars, so it's a universe that doesn't need much explanation. I think I'm going to focus it on the Empire trilogy, episode 4, 5, and 6. Well known, we're all good into it. If you're a fan, you're probably getting ramped up for episode 7, so it just seems like it might be a good place to start. So I figure what I'll do is later on when we get into like characters and how skills and stuff work, I'm just going to relate it to like the main cast so you can kind of see how it builds. And then later on when we get into a campaign creation, because there is a nice chapter in here about how to set up your campaign and antagonists and bad guys and villains and all that fun stuff, that I can just use Star Wars. We'll just pick like some bad guys or the Imperials or whatever's going to happen, and just use the book and its rules as a guideline to create the campaign. So we should be able to see this all the way from the ground up, and we'll go through the book and build on it and see where we get. And then I plan, after we get to a certain point and we've learned the basics of the rules, is that I'll play a game. I'll see if some of my players from my D&D group want to just do like an experimental story, see how it goes. I can't guarantee that we could film that because I don't think everybody would be comfortable with that, but I can definitely give you like a after action report about how it went and if we had problems or what we learned or whether the system was well received or not. So I think that's where we're going to go. Like I said, this will be a new series. I don't know how many parts. I would expect between 6 and 10 episodes, I would assume, and I'm going to try and keep each episode to 10 minutes or so, because I think just spending any more time than that talking about game rules and character sheets is probably just going to get boring and put people to sleep. Unless it's some concept that really needs to be gone into in more depth, then it may be a longer episode in between. But I think for the most part, the 10-minute format should work okay. I hope you find this interesting because I know we do toy reviews and some game stuff, and like I said, this channel is kind of open to whatever our interests are because I take toy to mean anything you kind of play with and have fun with, and whether that's putting a computer together, macrame, role-playing games, video games, landscaping and lawn work, or whatever, that's your toy. So for me and everybody on the channel, if that's our toy and we enjoy it, well then yeah, we're gonna put it on here. So anyway, that's just kind of the setup and the kind of idea for this show, whatever you want to call it. And we'll see how it goes. If it goes really well, maybe I can try and pick a system for a second season down the road. But right now, we're just going to focus on Fate. We're going to learn how to play, basic mechanics, that sort of thing, and then see how the campaign goes. So thank you all for watching. We'll be back with another episode. I'm going to hope to try and get each episode out weekly. I don't know what day right now because I'm just filming it here in the Super Toy Time control room. So bear with us and we'll see. I'm going to try maybe toward the weekend might be a good one, but we'll see. It's kind of up to editing and that sort of thing when we get everything done and. But anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy this series and we'll catch you at the next episode.